girl Joyce. Welcome back to another video. As you read with the title today, it is going to be my honest thoughts on Ginny and Georgia season 2. Before I get into this video, I'm going to say I emphasized on the my honest thoughts for a reason. I'm not going to be gentle because I know I'm gonna get some backlash from people, or I'm not going to be like super very mean as well because I also don't want to get backlash from people. I'm just saying that I'm going to be as honest as possible, and I'm not trying anything seriously. This is just me speaking the truth and my opinions on what I personally thought from season 2. So it is an opinion. Like, it doesn't mean that, okay, that it's 100% true. No, like, we all have our different opinions. So there's a reason why I'm saying this right now. You'll see later in this video. Number 2, if you have not watched Ginny and Georgia season 2, there are going to be major spoilers ahead, and I suggest you not watching this video if you have not seen season 2 yet. If you are new to this channel, hello, my name is Joyce. I do makeup looks, reactions, reviews on TV shows, movies, plot lines, characters, and song covers. And if you stay on my channel, you will not regret one single second. That is enough said, and without further ado, let's get on with this. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna start with is talking about season 2 overall. I'm gonna talk about the good parts in season 2 that I really enjoyed. The first thing being the social issues that they showed in the show. I realized that they fixed a lot of issues from the previous season. I feel like the writers, they kind of read the backlash that the fans were giving on the show. There were a lot of problematic things in season 1. If you haven't seen the video of me talking about Ginny and Georgia is very problematic for the first season, I will link it in the description box. You should go watch it. They did fix a lot of their mistakes, and one of them was the racism. And I have talked about how the representation wasn't done correctly in season 1. I mean, they have mentioned a few moments of, oh, okay, like Gideon was racist, but they didn't actually demonstrate or show what it is to be black, you know, what it means to be black, living as a black person and facing all these experiences that white people will never understand, you know, because they're not black. The racism in season 2 was like pretty much well done overall. I'm actually really impressed. They also showed eating disorders, another social issue that was very, I think in my opinion, quite well done, especially with Abby, but I'm going to talk about that later on this video. And they also really did well with the self-harm storyline. I'm going to also talk about that with Ginny's character. There was some stuff in that storyline that I was a little bit like, oh, okay. But so far, I really liked the good representation, and it was really good because it was very, very relatable. So definitely the first thing that I loved from season 2 was the overall representation of social issues from today. The second thing that I really enjoyed from season 2, sorry, I'm just gonna read my notes, the relationship between the characters. So relationships, I don't just mean couples, which again, I'm going to talk about that later too. I'm talking about relationships between mom and daughter, mom and son, like those kinds of relationship we saw on the show with Max and her dad. It was really good. I really liked it. So that's why I'm going to list off relationships, friendships that I thought were really well done this season and that I loved a lot. So we have Ginny and Bracia, Ginny and Max, Abby and Nora near the end of the show, and Ginny and Max too. That's like in the middle of the season, which I really enjoyed. Ginny and Austin, Ginny and Marcus near the end was my favorite part. Explain that later. Max and Marcus, Zion and Ginny, and of course, Ginny and Georgia, surprisingly. That is the second thing that I really enjoyed from season 2. The last thing that I enjoyed is the diversity. Oh my gosh, this season, I'm not even gonna cap. I have nothing to say about that. It was really well done. I love that Bracia had more of a story, and now I know her name, like, because in the video of the Ginny and Georgia is very problematic, I said that he wanted to hang out with, I forgot the girl's name, her. Yeah, I didn't know her name. I'm sorry, but now I know her name and I remember, and I'm really glad. Like, I really loved her storyline with that other guy. I forgot his name. She had a crush on this other guy, the black guy. I forgot his name, but damn, first of all, I'm gonna say he's fine as hell, so I don't even blame her. I would have a crush on him too. Yeah, so there was that, and Ginny as well, as I've explained. They talked about how it is, you know, for her, like her experiences and what she experiences are different than any of her other friends or family, like, you know, basically anybody who wasn't white or mixed like her. I really did enjoy the diversity. The black representation was really well done. ASL, I know ASL, so I know it is sign language. I'm not like the best, you know, but I do know a little bit.
Just a little bit.
That was really well done. I really enjoyed that from season 2. Now let's talk about the bad parts of season 2, which I did not enjoy. Let's do this. Number 1, the main story. Honestly, I don't even know what the main story of season 2 is because there are a bunch flowing at the same time. So when I did the previous video, I had a few of my subscribers telling me that this season is better than season 1. And I'm going to have to disagree with you on this one. I'm sorry. I personally don't think that it was better, but I think that it improved on a lot of the mistakes and the problematic things that they did in season 1. That's what I will definitely agree, but I don't think it is better than season 1. Sorry about that, guys. I was just talking to my sister a little bit and eating some cereal. I do kind of disagree because in season 1, the main story was Ginny going into a new town. She's the main protagonist. So Ginny going into a new town, making new friends, and through her, like, we get to know all the other characters, and it makes sense because the story, there is still a main story. I mean, it all connects to her because we're learning about her life, you know, which is really good. And I enjoyed that from season 1. Because that was the main story, getting to know Ginny and her life and everything she went through, breakups, friendships, relationship with her mom, you know, whatever, grades. It's through her that we're following the story. And I'm not saying that it's not the same for season 2. It is, but it's hard to tell because, I mean, now they're mixing in Georgia's storyline with the PI and Paul and her and Paul getting married. So that was another storyline that they kind of, you know, made important as well. Zion and his family. And then we got to meet, you know, his girlfriend Simone. And there was also Austin, who was making friends with, who ended up making friends with his ex-bully, Zach. And then Cynthia and Joe at the same time. They also have a storyline that was kind of important. Do you see what I mean? With all of these storylines, what is the actual main story of season 2? I just don't understand. I would like to say it's,
oh, Georgia, you know, getting investigated by that PI in secret
because she's actually like a murderer, a serial killer. I would like to say that, but it's so confusing to me because there are other storylines that are going on that I'm just like, okay, I'm kind of confused. Are we following Ginny? Are we still following Ginny? Or are we following Georgia or Max or Marcus or I don't know. So that was the issue that I had personally when I watched season 2. The second issue that I had while watching season 2 is the overall acting. Before I dive into it, I'm just going to say I know none of these actors personally, okay? I don't know them personally, so I'm not attacking them personally, okay? When I'm talking about the acting, it's a job. So I just mean the acting in the show. So the acting overall, in my honest opinion, is not the best. I personally don't like to shade on the actors too much because they don't deserve all the blame, because I could say that it's also a writing thing and a directing thing. Mostly a directing thing. A lot of the scenes, to me, it felt like it was a little too long. Mostly the scenes where whenever somebody would apologize to someone else, if it's like Ginny apologizing to Georgia or Ginny apologizing to Max or Marcus apologizing to Padma. And whenever they do apologize, they make up and then there's this awkward like silence after.
You do know yourself. We're a team.
What's this? The band's back together?
That's why I'm here.
Jenny's a great kid, by the way. Did a great job.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. There are so many awkward pauses in this show. Legit, I kid you not, guys. This is probably the first show I've ever watched who has that many awkward silences. Usually it's not as awkward. The directing of that scene isn't the best. That's why I think that overall, okay, the acting in the show is not the best. But I will say, I will speak on one person that I think is the best in the entire cast, in my opinion. There are a lot of good, talented actors in the show and a lot of not so good actors, but the best, in my opinion, is Antonia Gentry. I follow her on Instagram. First of all, I'm just gonna say that I love this girl a lot.
Oh, she's amazing.
I will say that she had the most breakthrough performance in the show. Of course, she's the protagonist, so that's why. But I feel like for her, she's not playing around. It really feels like she's giving her all in this, in her character, and that you can feel that the actress wants the audience, for especially Black people, to relate to, and for white people to even watch that and be like, hey, this is what actually fucking happens in this world. Especially that scene where she told Georgia, you can't understand that I'm Black.
I need you to try and understand where I'm coming from. But what? What don't I understand? That I'm Black, for one.
Oh. So, because I'm white, I could never understand my daughter?
Kind of, yeah. You dressed as Scarlett O'Hara for Halloween.
Oh my God. It was a costume.
But clearly it stuck with me enough to bother me. And you didn't even stop and think about how it might make me feel.
I loved it because and the acting, that's why. And the acting was really, really good. Oh my gosh, I really like the actress. She's awesome. I personally think that she's the best out of the entire cast. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to talk about the other actors or whatever, because like I said, there are some good, talented actors even after Antonia Gentry, but there are also some not so really good actors in the show that I'm not going to name or list. Yeah, this is basically the second thing that I wanted to mention in season 2, is that the acting overall isn't the best. Those are basically my honest thoughts on season 2. Now we're going to talk about the couples. Let's talk about Ginny and Marcus. Oh my God. I was really, really upset when they broke up in near the end. I'm not gonna lie. But to be fair, I understood why Marcus did that. And I agree. Surprisingly, I don't agree with Georgia. I agreed when she told Ginny, hey, well, if Marcus is going through those stuff, if he's going through depression and if he's going through some personal stuff, then it's probably not best for him to have a girlfriend right now. I understood that, and I actually appreciated that at the end they actually decided to stay friends. I was disappointed at first, but you know what? I enjoyed it. It was a good ending to their romantic story.
Even though it was sad, because they had so many good moments in the show. Oh my God.
The second couple I'm going to talk about is Paul and Georgia. I do not like them at all. Never thought they had any chemistry. Never liked them from season 1. I don't like them in season 2. They are a huge waste of time. I'm sorry, I don't like them. If you like Paul and Georgia together, great for you. I personally don't understand why you do, but I will respect your opinion. I just don't ship them. I didn't condone their marriage. I think their entire storyline this season was completely wasted. Last couple I'm going to talk about is Max and Silver. Well, they weren't really a couple, but I mean, I just wanted to talk about them. No, I mean, I think they're kind of cute. I enjoyed the flirting, they had going on. But yeah, I mean, all I want to say is I can't wait to see them, in season 3, if there is a season 3. Let me know in the comments if there is a season 3. Just want to be sure. So this is what I wanted to say for the couples in season 2, my honest opinion on the couples. Now we're going to talk about the characters. So I'm going to talk about characters who they deserve to have honest opinions on. Yeah, let's do this. Ginny Miller. Ginny Miller, honestly, she's not a best protagonist. I will say that she is really relatable. Oh, for some reason, I still don't like her. I mean, there were a lot of times in season 2 where her character was really inconsistent. She couldn't make up her mind about whether she should go and, tell the police that her mom is a murderer or she should keep it a secret. I mean, there were a lot of times where she kept going back and forth, and I didn't really like that about Ginny at some point. In real life, you'd be like,
Girl, make up your mind, okay?
either you want to protect your mom or you just don't want to protect her. And personally, I don't think that it doesn't matter what her mom went through. I personally think that she should have just went to the police and told the police about her mom and what that PI told her, which brings me to now Georgia. Let's talk about Georgia Miller.
Oh my God, I cannot stand this bitch. Oh my God, I cannot stand her. I cannot stand her. I cannot stand her.
What I will say is that I like her. I like the way she talks. I really do. I like the way she talks. I like her, sassy personality. I really do. But she is the biggest hypocrite of the show. I just don't care about Georgia at all. I feel like it's just so fucking hypocritical for people. I see literally fans saying,
Oh my God, I hope they bail her out in season 3. Oh, she doesn't deserve this. She had such a terrible life.
are you kidding me? Like, let's be real, okay? She has more privilege than most people that would instantly get arrested, no doubt, okay? So it doesn't matter about how tragic her life was. It doesn't matter what she went through. If you kill someone, you're messing with other people's lives. So if you kill someone, you need to take accountability and you gotta go to jail. So I don't understand why people are rooting for Georgia. I don't understand why people like her. I think people like her just because she's really attractive and she is played by Brian Howie. I hope I said it well, but the actress, which I respect and like the actress too, she's really talented and great, but I still don't understand why people like her character though, because she's really not likable. Especially in the beginning. Oh my God, I hated how she treated Ginny. Worst mom of the decade, seriously. That goes to Georgia Miller. Let's move on to Austin. Austin, I thought that from season 1, he was a badass kid. I liked him. I still like him in this season. I mean, the part where he shot Gil, I was like, oh, but Gil isn't really a likable character too. Overall, I like Austin. I feel bad for him too because he had to see Georgia killing Cynthia's husband, who was on bed rest, and he couldn't wake up. And she literally just came and put a pillow on top and killed him. And Austin had to see that. I just felt so bad for him. Honestly, I think Austin deserves a better family. Like, he should be in the foster system, to be honest. And so does Ginny, because damn, Georgia is not a good mom at all. Now let's move on to Max. Oh my God, I hated her. I hated her so much at the beginning of season 2. She was such a spoiled little white bitch. I'm sorry, even when Nora was supporting her, she said at some point, okay, like, maybe you're being a little bit too harsh, like, calm down. And then she's like, oh, you're supposed to be supporting me. Oh my God. I even called it in my Ginny and Georgia problematic video. I said that I didn't understand why people are rooting for Max. But I will say that Max does become a likable character after she makes up with Ginny. And I do appreciate that finally she owned up to what she did. And she said, okay, maybe Marcus mentioned that I wasn't paying attention to you. And he's right. And I called it in that video too. I literally said it. I said that when Marcus gave her a reality check in the end and told Max, hey, you make everything about you. You don't notice the stuff she's struggling with. I was like, Marcus had the right to say that about Max, and I'm so glad he did, and she deserved to hear it. But I am glad that Max did change afterwards. I mean, we did see she improved on the relationships with her family and her friends, so I appreciated that. So I could say overall this season, I like Max. Now let's move on to Marcus. I just don't care about Marcus. I'm sorry. If you're gonna attack me, go for it. I don't care about Marcus. I don't give a crap about him. I don't care about his storylines. I don't care. I think he's the most unnecessary character in the show. He's supposed to fill in this like bad boy loner vibe, but I'm gonna be honest, I just don't think he is really that much of a bad boy. He's just bland, you know. I just don't care about him. But all I'll say is I am glad that he finally admitted that he needed to be alone to work on his own personal stuff. Next, Zion. Oh my God, Zion is my favorite. My favorite parent in the entire show is Zion, no doubt. Zion is, first of all, he's hot.
I love you. I'll always love you.
So good, make a grown man cry. Sweet cherry pie.
Oh my God, Zion. Second of all, I love his voice. His voice is so smooth. He is so charismatic, and I love his relationship with Ginny. I love the way Zion's voice can actually calm you down. Seriously, I like him and Simone. Keep them together, please. That's all I'll say. Zion is awesome. I don't have nothing bad to say about him. I love Zion. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm attracted to the actor. Last but not least, Paul. Oh my God, I don't like Paul either. I can't stand him. All I'll say is I respect that he's trying to be like a father figure for Ginny and Austin. I respect that, and I completely understand. And I really do like that. But overall, on a standpoint of his character, him being the mayor and stuff like that, his character is so boring. I just don't care about Paul. I really don't. I don't like Paul because he's boring to me. I just don't care about him. That's basically it for the characters that I feel like I really wanted to talk about a little more. Now I'm just gonna list other characters that I thought they were, okay, but they weren't really relevant to the main story, but I still either like them or not really. So I'm just gonna let you guys know my opinions. And really quickly, so we have Cynthia, boring, I don't care about her, move on. Secondly, we have Nora, also don't give a shit about her, move on. We have Abby, who I also do not care about, but I do like that they, were trying to show the eating disorder storyline with her. I feel like it could have been done a little better. And yeah, that's it. I just don't care about Abby's storyline. I'm sorry, I just don't care. And Gil, who is the villain, he's a terrible villain. He sucks. I don't care about Gil. So many characters that I just did not give a shit about. And that's why I was like, I cannot say that season 2 is better than season 1. I can only say that it fixed a lot of their mistakes. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is the cliffhanger. Georgia getting arrested at her wedding. Best cliffhanger ever. I think this is better than season 1's cliffhanger. All I'll say is that she deserves to go to jail. She deserves to pay time for her crimes. Of course, season 3, they're gonna bail her out. They're gonna say, oh no, she doesn't deserve this. And deep down, we know her personally. She's still, she's still a person and she has her reasons. Of course they're gonna do that, because why wouldn't they do that? I would not expect anything less, seriously, and I'll honestly be upset if they do that. And that's when I'm actually gonna stop watching the show, because I do not root for female killers that, you have sympathy for because they're females and they had such a tragic life. No, bitch, you killed someone, go to jail. This concludes this video. This concludes my honest thoughts on Ginny and Georgia season 2. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more content. Let me know in the comments, what did you guys think of season 2? If you agreed on some of the stuff that I said. If you disagreed with some of the stuff that I said, let me know in the comments. Keep it clean and respectful as I was in this video. And yeah, that is it. And I will see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.